I'm not going to mess with the world champion surf legend, Finley the Finn Shepherd.
So this movie's fairly well known for some strange reason, probably due to the ridiculous title, and I've only just got around to watching it now, and frankly, I just don't see the joy in it. It's crap in all honesty. Best get some booze in for this crap. Nice bottle opener. Yeah, I know, it's a can of beer. Stop whining. I'm just showing off my shark bottle opener. The film begins straight away by showing a large amount of sharks getting whisked into the air out of the sea, and you might expect it to be explained later on, but no. Yet, who cares? So out at sea, there's a couple of guys arguing over a price for a bloody shark soup recipe, I think. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to understand actually what the captain is saying most of the time.
Steep price for a small catch.
About 20,000 sharks is migrating in this direction when we're through it.
Then these two have a random shootout for no reason, which is hilarious, and everybody dies. That storyline's over now, if you're wondering, so we can move on to crapper and worse things. So meet Finn, he's our hero. Plus he's a surfer, so he's like a superhero. And he also runs a bar too, which hosts his one regular, Macaulay Culkin's dad. It's not his dad, alright, but we all know him for the role in Home Alone, let's face it. So anyway, back with Finn, and he's trying to impress a lady out at sea by falling off of his surfboard when suddenly a shark appears and attacks her.
Hey, get out of the water!
Great advice there, lad, that's helpful. He does this for what seems like 5 minutes, just sitting in the sea, shouting at people.
Sharks! Hey, get out of the water! Sharks! They're coming in!
And despite all this shouting about sharks, nobody pays our main man any notice at all. I mean, they're all just having a fun time in slow motion or just looking fucking bored out of their skulls until people start dying in awesomely, terribly acted out ways. But here's a question, why doesn't Finn move out of the water himself? I mean, I know he's a superhero, but come on. Oh, he shows off his skills here though by saving his best friend from a shark. Oh, Finn, you're amazing. He should be in a movie taking on other superheroes with his surfboard. Hell, maybe he's the Silver Surfer. Well, whatever. So, back in the bar, nobody seems too concerned about people dying, and old Finn is more concerned about the bad weather outside.
Just a storm. Just gonna stay out of the water for a couple days, that's all.
This is a storm? Looks like a hurricane.
Well, obviously Macaulay Culkin's dad, because I saw the same TV news report as you, which stated it was Hurricane David. Look. Now, the bad thing about this movie is, well, lots of things. It's fucking bollocks. But you know what you're going to get with a title like Sharknado, and coming from those goons at the asylum. Those tits I've slagged off numerous times in the past for the dirge that they churn out.
I mean, come on, look at the cover. It reeks of awesomeness. And then you see this mentioned at the top. So it's the asylum. Oh yeah, here we go. Genuine crap. Filmmakers and special effects guys are convinced that the film is amazing and second to none. Drug abusers, every single asylum employee involved with this film.
I mean, the thing with the asylum is they try so hard to make movies so bad they're actually good and fun, but that's pointless. I've said time and time again in the past that the best bad movies are the ones that aren't aware and are trying to be serious or whatever. Sharknado just sucks.
Can't argue with that one.
I mean, I know some people like this film for some reason. Drugs are bad. I mean, it's like they came up with this really shit idea and then just paid some geeky college virgin a few pennies to create this horrendous CGI, then just worked in this wafer-thin storyline around the CGI carnage. I mean, I hate to use the phrasing, but the asylum really jumped the shark with this one. Anyway, let's get back to Finn. So out of nowhere, a shark flies into Finn's bar, and I don't know what to say about the next 2 minutes. It's just a mess. You've got sharks flying around, you've got Finn blowing them up, but he doesn't explode because he's a superhero, remember? Giant waves drowning people despite this he's looking completely calm, a big wheel chasing people down the pier, and Macaulay Culkin's fucking dad running around with a bar stool. Man alive. So our little group get into Finn's car so he can go check on his ex-wife and daughter, and now the movie just shows off more classy shots. That's footage from someone driving around on a rainy day. That's somebody's shitty holiday video right there. That's from the Weather Channel, no doubt. That's just an accident on a road, probably. That's taken from a real flood somewhere. But this is filmed in a car wash. There's not even a fake background whizzing past. I mean, did all the budget go towards the college guy to make the sharks? And seriously, I know Macaulay Culkin's dad is meant to be a drunk, but he really seems out of it. Okay, fair enough, maybe he needed the paycheck, but goddamn, at least seem interested. I swear he's necking booze before his takes. I love this. The water levels are all over the place. They're sometimes high, when other times there's not even a millimetre on the ground. So people are freaking out, running out of their cars to higher ground, when suddenly Macaulay Culkin's dad, who has just saved a dog for some reason, dies, and I love his reaction. He even said, ow. What a legend. And of course, now that he's dead, I couldn't care less about this garbage, so let's move on quickly. So Finn gets to his ex-wife's house, nobody's surprised when sharks start jumping out of the sewers, and does anybody else think that this guy looks like a young Billy Zane? His hair even looks like one of Billy's fucking wigs. Asshole. So he dies, which is amusing, and feels the need to tell us that a shark has bitten his foot. Wow. So around this part, I noticed how many of the characters say, oh my gosh. I mean, there's no swearing in this movie at all, which is no issue, but hearing someone say, oh my gosh, when they've witnessed a Billy Zane type guy eaten alive is the biggest joke on offer.
Oh my gosh.
So Finn decides to be bait and stabs a shark, seemingly dying. Everyone runs outside, and hang on, why is the house flooded inside, but outside is completely fine? And why is he outside hiding in some bushes? This is awful, just awful. Now, Finn's buddy called Baz amuses me because as the film progresses, he becomes more and more stupid at coming out with the worst lines ever. Oh, and he's a super lame actor too. Example, when a shark is on the car roof, what does he say? It's unbelievable. Plus, he's always got the same face expression like he's about to laugh. Now, I know there's a sequel to this film called Sharknado 2, unsurprisingly, but you can forget a review on that. I'm not wasting my time. I'd rather go back and watch something that I've reviewed recently, like The Brain, or The Children, or even Skyline. Just give me Skyline on repeat for 24 hours, please. Just no more of this dirge from the asylum. So the car starts to leak fuel, and what do you do in this situation? You all run away before the car somehow blows up. Yeah. And have you noticed it's barely even wet anywhere? Hell, when they get a new car, the sun is shining. And why did they buy a car like this? I know it's Baz's stupid idea because he just saw the advertising board, but did they all just seriously chip in to buy this thing just so they can drive out of the city? Get a taxi at least. I don't even know where they're going. It's not explained. Maybe it was explained, I was kind of falling asleep. And why the hell did they buy a Humvee? I seriously think they just put it in the film just so they could get in this ridiculous chase sequence with a cop. Yeah, I mean, the shark's killing people and they're flying around in fucking tornadoes, but all the cops are interested in is stopping someone from speeding. Oh, but they get away from the cops because they press a button which uses nitrous or some shit, and then zoom, that's it. Pointless storyline. Now, the final 25 minutes of this film is terrible. None of the actors care, they've just given up. The dialogue is pathetic, and it just amazes me that how a bad film can actually nosedive and just become much, much worse. So ultimately our heroes decide to stop the tornado by flying up to it in a helicopter and throwing some bombs into it. I'm not even kidding. Finn just stands around like a legend, shooting sharks out of the sky, and here's a cringe-worthy line.
Oh my god, there's just too many of them. We're gonna need a bigger chopper.
It's not quite as effective as we're going to need a bigger boat from Jaws, but whatever. Ooh, nice samurai chop there with a chainsaw. Normal. Finn's just showing off now. Look at this. Poor old Baz is getting his leg chewed on again, but he doesn't look too concerned.
Dad, you have to leave him.
What did I just see there? That few seconds just sums up how daft this is. The bad effects, the shoddy acting, I mean, this is just mental. I've had enough. So, how does it end? Finn goes to a retirement home, seriously, where you get to see some of the worst acting ever.
Oh my god! No!
Then mere seconds later, we get more shoddy acting from our main man Finn. Before Finn bravely saves his daughter, and just prepare to be amazed. That's all I'll say about this sequence.
Claudia, move!
So Finn chops up the shark and saves the lovely bartender who happens to be alive and in one piece in the same shark that Finn just launched himself into. Coincidence? Yeah, more like bullshit writing. I knew the ending would be bad, and here's my reaction. What did I just see? Oh no, it's terrible. Oh, fuck off. Now, I was watching Sharknado in bed during that clip because I was feeling ill, but the film honestly made me feel worse. It definitely deserves 1 out of 10. I mean, I feel ill just from doing this review, and as for Sharknado 2, you can forget about a review, okay? Forget it.